It seems like a nice problem to have, doesn't it, having a spare property? However, I often get approached by people who have found themselves in that exact position and they're not sure what they should do with it. Having a spare property is not as rare as you might think. Often it comes about through inheritance or, on other occasions, happier circumstances, such as two homeowners deciding to move in together. And people quite naturally consider whether or not they should sell that property or whether they should keep hold of it and rent it out as an investment. The advice I usually give on this subject generally hinges on the answer to one quite simple question really, and that is how you would feel about somebody living in that particular property. And that leads on to how you'd feel if someone caused any minor damage, or even how you'd feel about visiting that property to inspect it. If the answer to that is that you really don't like the idea, or even if it makes you feel even a little uneasy, sad even, then I would suggest it's perhaps not a good idea to rent out that particular property and that you should sell it instead. Often in these circumstances, that feeling of unease is related to the actual property. After all, it could have been your home, or it could have been the home of somebody you love, and therefore it's connected to some very fond memories that you may have. So if that's the case, but the actual thought of still being a landlord still appeals, then being a landlord could still be a good move for you. What I'd recommend in this case is to consider selling the property that you have, which will effectively get rid of the emotional connection and release some cash for you to choose another property, one that you don't have an emotional connection to, and can simply view it as being, well, what it is, bricks and mortar. In many cases as well, buying another property could mean that you get better value from that property in terms of rental yield. If you're not sure what rental yield is, there is another video coming up on this subject very soon. So please do visit our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and we'll keep you posted. Now, depending on the amount of cash you have available to release, if it's structured properly, you could leave enough cash to one side to buy more property in the future, maybe even create a small portfolio, which will help to provide for later in life or for your retirement. We can show you how to do this. In fact, it's part and parcel of what we do no matter how you want to get started in property investment. Feel free to get in touch if you want any one-on-one advice. However, in the meantime, from me, Neil Robinson, thank you for watching. For more property related content, head over to our YouTube channel, search for Neil Robinson Estate Agents and hit the subscribe button.